Okay, everyone, how you doing today? My name is Michael Haglund. I am a local realtor with eXp Realty here in Missoula, Montana, and today I'm excited to share with you the 2024 annual report from the Missoula Organization of REALTORS. This is chock filled with data and insights for last year about how the market did with homes, where it's going to be going in the future of this year in 2025, and let's get into it. And as always, if you want some help or have any questions about what you see when I go over here today, I will love to have a conversation with you. Please reach out to me below with the below contact information in the description of the video. Also, the comment I put as well should have contact information if you want to learn more about this or if you're looking to buy or sell in Missoula. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see here. Last year was very interesting. It was a little bit of a reprieve and also a repeat of 2023. We had high mortgage interest rates topping off at 7.8%, but they fell back down to around 6%, give or take, in around September of this year. Before the election, people were having a lot of fear of the economy, what was going to go on, fears of recession. So the Federal Reserve initiated a series of rate cuts, dropping the benchmark about 1.25% at this point. And the buyers took advantage of that drop of interest rates to go out and buy the homes that were on the market. Inventory was the biggest canary in the coal mine, if you would, of this year. Inventory was up significantly compared to last year. We're almost back to pre-pandemic levels, which is a blessing. We need that for buyers to have optionality, and we also need that so sellers can't charge outrageously for their house if there's no other houses being for sale. Pending sales, they were down marginally at 0.5%. The closed sales were up around 3% compared to last year here in Missoula. Let's see. Listings were again up 24% compared to last year. That is very telling. That is telling you that more and more people want to sell, but there's not enough buyers coming through to clear out the market. The amount of buyers is still below where it was in 2019 just because of the unaffordability of prices going up by 50% on average since 2020 and the fact that mortgage rates are at a 23-year high. That has led to a collapse of affordability. And this, you might be crazy even to hear this. The average age of a first-time homebuyer has risen to an all-time high of 38 years old. So the average first-time homebuyer is almost 40 years old now. Crazy prices, crazy time we live. Let's get more into it. Home prices up 2.6%. Again, mild price appreciation at 2.6%. The prices are now at around 560,000 and some change here. Single family homes had the biggest home increases, the price increases of around 5%. Condos and townhouses were actually down 3.3%. 80% of the Missoula market's single family homes. Oh, if you hear that little whining in the background, it's my little puppy Lily. She wants attention. Anyway, let's see. List price received. You are getting only around 98% on average of what you ask for in the list price. This is pretty healthy. All said, we had around 102% in 2021 during the biggest craze of it all. So this is showing that buyers have the ability to negotiate, get lower than asking, and sellers have to negotiate to be able to get an offer on their house. And there's not 20 offers lining up to get the property. There's maybe one or two. And I've seen that in my own business that inventory has allowed people to negotiate lower prices, which is good. It's good. We like to see that. Now let's go to the next page here. Quick facts. In Missoula, if you look at this chart between 2020 and 2024 here, you can see that the amount of new listings every year has been going down until this year. This shows that we're kind of at the bottom of this market in a sense, or we're at a turning point at the very least of this market. It goes to show that more and more people are looking to make something happen, but not much is happening, leading to an increase of inventory. You can see that pending sales here. This shows that buyers aren't really coming into the market as much as they were. The high mortgage interest rates have priced out the majority of people in this market. In Missoula, you have some of the worst affordability for local residents, especially those who are just starting out their careers across the country. It's even worse in parts of California, which is sad. It really is sad. Now, the place in Missoula that had the biggest change in new listings was this place called Rose Park. I'll pull this up here for us. This is on Google Maps. Again, this is Missoula Valley we're looking at here. Right in this square is Rose Park. So this had the biggest increase of listings that were on the market. We are close to University District, which had the highest prices around Missoula. They make sense because you're literally next to the University of Montana, and this is a very in-demand place for rentals because of students, obviously. But Rose Park here had the most amount of new listings in the area. Now let's go back to that closed sales. This is good. We have more closed sales this year than last year. We were on a continual downward trend as prices marched higher and interest rates shot higher of lower and lower sales, but we had a little bit of a reprieve like we mentioned. And this is what I was talking about. Inventory of homes for sale. This is a canary in the coal mine if you think that prices might go down in the future. High inventory levels and low buyers, especially with high interest rates, will lead to an increase of inventory. Increases of inventory allow the buyers to basically come in at 5% below ask and be like, hey, if you're asking, spitballing $500,000, well, I might come in at 480 or 485 and ask you to pay my closing costs now because you've been on the market for extra days. And if we go down here, I'm assuming, days on market is up. Yeah, we see that. If you look at this, days on market is trending upward now. That is up 6.4% around 5 days compared to last year. That means that people with these inflated median prices are waiting longer and longer to get a deal, or waiting longer and longer for an offer. So you can see that, you will have an ability to negotiate if you decide to make a transaction here. It might not be like this forever, so if you're looking to get something done, it might be a good idea to do that now. Now, the place, let's go back to University District in Missoula. Still on the Rose Park here, you can ignore that, but University District, which is between South Higgins and South right here, all in here, that had the highest price appreciation and median sales price compared to last year of 24%. I don't know if that's just because we've had a few outliers in this data that cause prices to shoot higher, but the University District has a lot of demand. People want to go to the Missoula University of Montana, and there's not nearly enough housing around it for everything. As you can also see, the average sales price. You can see the median sales price and average sales price in the University District skyrocketed last year. That is a very interesting data point because generally throughout the entirety of Missoula, you didn't have that level of price appreciation. Now, percent of list price received. This is what I was talking about earlier in this video. I was talking about how in 2021, we had 102% of list price received. So if you asked $500,000 on your home, on average, you're getting $510,000 or more on your property. That's not the case anymore. You're getting $10,000 to $15,000 below asking price. But again, if you go back up here to the median sales price or the average sales price, you can see there's like a $90,000 to almost a $200,000. No, can't do math. Basically $100,000 increase of median and average sales price. And during that time, people are willing to pay less and less of that as the prices go up. Percent of list price received has gone down as inventory and the average days on market has increased. If this is not making sense to you, I'd love to have a personal conversation with you, explain how this data works. I think about this all the time. Heck, I even dream about this data. So if you want to talk about this, give me a call or text or email, and I'll love to talk to you. Now, let's go on. Property types. The average days on market is of 84 days. You can see this chart of average days on market. It's been trending lower, lower, and lower. But around the start of 2024, the days on market started to trend higher. That was because of, one, people didn't want to buy anything in the winter of 23 to 24 because of the high interest rates and uncertainty of what the next year would hold. So people didn't do anything over the winter, and that uncertainty has held even after the election in November. So that's a very interesting data. You can also see, even though days on market has gone up, there's still lower inventory. So prices for single family homes have increased. As you can see, the median sales price, you can see these bar graphs here. The blue on the far left is 2020 and the dark gray is 2024. You can see median sales prices for single family homes have been steadily appreciating. You have seen a little bit more of a weaker appreciation since the Fed started rate hikes in 2022. This kind of light blue right here to the dark gray, that was because of interest rates going up, like basically dampening demand and dampening affordability to try to keep prices from skyrocketing more. But you can see here in the, this is townhouses and condos. You can see prices are actually going down a little bit. And that's kind of more of a local thing. We've had a lot of building of multifamily units here in Missoula in the past few years. Especially in the past year, a lot of housing developments have come online for people to come live in. The Missoula basically planning board, the zoning board, has decided they want to increase density because the Missoula Valley is relatively small. We're filling out a good part of it at this point, and we want to build up instead of build out. So more and more townhouses have come onto the market, and you could find a good deal on a townhouse if you wanted to this year. Now, this is very interesting. There was a 14.2% in the growth of the median sales prices of one-bedroom houses in Missoula County. Very interesting. Because I've seen this personally. Anything under $300,000 gets snapped up. I had a deal where I believe technically a two-bedroom. It was a two-bedroom, one-bath house. Had a cellar. It was on a good corner lot, but it had mold issues. It had issues. It had issues that needed repairs and needed investment. It sold for $315,000, and we had multiple offers on that thing. Okay, so anything under $300,000, even with issues, is being bought up by investors in this town now. So this makes sense. How one bedrooms, who are the cheapest priced houses, they appreciate the most last year. That makes sense to me. You can also see the least amount of growth was in two-bedroom houses. People were kind of expecting around $400,000 for a two-bedroom house. That's all really, people can't really stomach more than that right now, so the market didn't appreciate for that. Now, any questions on the data that I talk about, please give me a comment or text below. Let's see here. Let's talk about the price ranges with the shortest market activity. This makes sense because a lot of these houses between 300 and 600,000, they're all houses that are single family. Like, they're a family house. They're people with like a wife and husband, two kids. That's the kind of houses they go. There's a lot of families here in Missoula, and a lot of those people buy houses and sell them very quickly. So the most amount of demand and the highest price point people with average jobs can afford on the highest end is $600,000. So all these people are just buying houses that they can afford, kind of at the top of their range. You can see here that once you get to the luxury market, you definitely have to wait long. What else here? Again, price range with the most closed sales is $300,000 to $600,000. This is the average affordability of a wife and husband who are working together that they can afford. Generally around $300,000 to $600,000. Anything more than that, you're probably looking at a older couple with investments or money already collected, or with significant equity in a property already that they're basically trading up or trading to the side at that point. A lot of the clients I had last year were people trading between houses, between cities, who did not have mortgages. So all they had to worry about was the price that they were paying, and they got a good deal because they didn't have to worry about the mortgage, while other people had to worry about the financing costs. So they were able to kind of swoop in there, offer a little less, and get what they were looking for while not having to worry about a loan. Younger people can't really do that, so it's much harder for people to buy a house around $600,000 or more because they have no equity. And if you finance $600,000 at an 8% or 7.5% interest rate, you are getting killed. You are over 40, like $4,000 a month in just mortgage, and that's not affordable for most people. Now, this are the areas that were the kind of the most of interest to me. Again, I'm a local Missoula realtor, so I focus on Missoula. Missoula had, again, 5% more closed sales compared to last year, and you get around 99% of what you ask for after around 2.5 months on market, give or take. Now, I live near Mullen Reserve, and that's kind of my backyard here, and this was very interesting to me, seeing the fact that, again, for one, there's some condos over here. So 3/4 are single family, but a fourth of these are condos. So I'm not going to worry about condos very much. I focus on single family myself. And there were a lot of new listings and an increase of inventory around Mullen, which was nice. You know, get around 99% of what you ask for. The Rattlesnake, let's go up here. Rattlesnake, which is up here, right here. There's two rattlesnakes, basically lower rattlesnake and upper rattlesnake. This is a very luxury part of Montana and Missoula because right up here we have our winery. The one winery of the town is right here. You got a beautiful Rattlesnake Creek in the trailhead here. A lot of great. All these houses are 800,000 plus for anything good that you want. So that should give you a little context about that. Rattlesnake, you saw a 16% increase of closed sales, which is good. You had again, there is no inventory in Rattlesnake. Every new house that comes up to the Rattlesnake is instantly bought. Almost. Not really instantly. If it's priced well, it's instantly bought. But if you're looking to sell a home in the Rattlesnake area, this is still a great time to do it. A lot of buyers are still looking in the area, and you get the highest percent of the list price received of all the data I was looking at, all these neighborhoods that I'm focusing on. And you should definitely consider potentially putting your home on the market before more inventory comes out. You will get a great deal on your house, and that's about that. Now let's go to the South Hills. South Hills are, again, the South Hills of Missoula. So let's go down here. This is like around South Hills are considered like Fairview and Patty Canyon / Miller Creek, kind of like south of South Higgins is kind of south of town because you have Reserve here, which is 93. This is the main road that goes from the interstate down to 93, which goes all the way down to the Bitterroot down here. But let's go down to the South Hills. This is a up and coming area. A lot of new build construction over here. A lot of stuff is going on. A lot of new houses being built. A lot of development done down there. Just a little context on that. Let's see. There is 141 closed sales. A little bit down from last year, actually. But again, 90% of these are single family houses because all these are almost all single family houses. There's 4 months supply of inventory in the average of 74 days on market, and you basically get everything you ask for. And now, this is interesting here. The University District. We've talked about the University District before. It's on the east side of town near the Mount Sentinel. You have a 33% decrease in closed sales compared to last year. So that would make me believe there's not inventory. People are not really selling the property if they have any over here. And yeah, and it's very interesting. I really want to keep an eye on the University District going into next year because there's a lot of demand for housing over there, and I want to see what happens next. Let's see here. Now, let's go to the median prices. These are the same areas we talked about before above, but these are the prices for the areas. You can see ever since the pandemic, we've had a almost insane real estate market. We've had prices go up continually, and we haven't really seen much reprieve for home buyers for affordability. You can see here that in Missoula, an average of 61% increase, a 61% increase of the average of the houses, of single family houses here. I think it's just all prices. This is all prices, which is ridiculous. So then we have, look at this. South Hills, 73%. University District, 75% price appreciation. This is ridiculous here, guys. I mean, this is not sustainable. Arguably, if you have a property in the University District, it might be a good time to get out of it now. I mean, I'm just a local realtor, just one guy, but this is good luck if you're trying to afford anything over there. I mean, good luck. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I even expect more price appreciation going into next year, unless we have a recession. Which, Lord forbid, we don't. Unless we have a recession, I see, say, a 3 to 5% price appreciation in all of these areas on top of what we've already had. You could almost see the University District average $900,000 for a home in 2025. That'd be crazy. Now let's go on to the conclusion here. All right, everyone. That is it. I hope you found this look back to the 2024 Missoula real estate market insightful. As we head into 2025, the key trends for us to watch out for will be obviously the mortgage interest rates and then how the inventory responds to the adjustment of mortgage rates over the next year. But remember, as we continue on through 2025, real estate is a hyper local industry down to the neighborhood and property type you're deciding to buy or sell. If you're thinking of buying or selling in the Missoula area this next year, you need a trusted local advisor to get that done for you. But I'm here to be that advisor. I'm here to provide you the current market data, cutting edge marketing, the most shark-like negotiation skills possible, and a service quality unmatched by any of my peers. I want to be that guy you go to whenever you need help with anything in real estate. Call me text me or email me for a free consultation. I know you listening have unique needs for your situation, and I'm here to take those needs into consideration and help develop a plan to help you achieve your real estate goals. Anyway, this is Michael Haglund with eXp Realty. I love all of you, especially if you reached this point. Shout out to you, Jonathan. If you've been watching this entire video, I love you, and I'll see you all next time. Also, I'll be making a market update for the entire state of Montana, so watch out for that over the next week or two. I love you all, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.